23 and a half and up Road Glide infotainment system. Let's go over all the features, what you have in the infotainment, what you can change, what you can adjust, what it's missing, maybe some stopgap measures to fill some of those holes, and just the overall features that you're going to find in your infotainment system. The first one is going to be putting it into auxiliary mode, which a lot of people may not know about, but there'll be a picture. We all know the mode setting on your left-hand side. If you push and hold that, that'll bring up your auxiliary mode for the infotainment system, which means you're not running all the electronics of the engine, fuel pumps, everything like that, while you're playing around with general things like, say, your ride modes or your audio settings or anything like that. The first thing we have inside the settings, move it over to settings. First one is, what do you want to see when you're going down the road? Down here in display, we have three layouts. We have cruise, sport, and tour. I like sport. I used cruise for a long time, but it is what it is. Go back out of this. In this layout, your settings, your maps, or anything else like that is going to show up in the center, your radio. On the right side, you're going to have your mode settings over here. Those are your different informations that you're going to have. Outside temperature plus fuel range, your overall PSI for your tires, nothing, cardinal directions, trip A, trip B. Ultimately, that's why I ended up going to sport mode. I didn't like the information settings in that, so I moved over to sport mode because I just felt like it gave me more information that's a lot easier to work with. So over here you have your outside ambient temperature, the date, which I wish I could replace that with just about anything else. I wish those were customizable because I don't care what day it is. Fuel range and your oil temperature. You have your trip A, trip B, tire pressure, nothing. And this one also has your cardinal directions. And then your last one, which is going to be your tour mode. Kind of the same setup. I do like this if you're on a long ride and you have a map set up or you're hooked up to your phone. It's going to give you two slots for that, which will be the center and right side. You're still going to have the same ride information settings that are available to you in sport mode. And I just don't like how small the cluster on the left side is for your miles per hour, fuel, everything like that. But it is an option. Like I said, I tend to stay in sport mode. More of the display settings is your auto day night. You can turn that off or on. That way the brightness will just stay wherever you want it to stay. I have it on because I don't want to be blinded when I'm driving in the middle of the night. Your overall brightness you can adjust. High contrast mode. And you can turn on or off your touch tones. So, that is your settings for the display. Now, a big one is going to be your sound. Your sound, when it ships to you, it's not great. It's not. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. When I bought this thing, I could not hear the radio doing 70 on the highway without a helmet. I couldn't. It just was not there. But after doing some tweaking, I have it now where I can hear it doing about 80, 85 with a helmet on, no issues. So the two biggest settings for that are going to be your volume settings, speakers, media. You can bump up your media, and that is going to bump up your music. That is a huge lifesaver. That helps a lot with the stock audio. So if you want to put off a upgrade a little bit and save yourself a little bit of money to kind of put money elsewhere before you get to the speakers, bumping up your media will help a lot. And then I also really enjoy the auto volume control because, I don't know, I'm just not the guy. I'm not stare at me at the stoplights. So having it on 3 allows me to set it at like half volume when I'm sitting at a red light. So it's not obnoxious, but when I start going on the highway, it's going to bump up with my speed and I'll be able to hear everything just fine. That's just my personal, does not matter. Do what you will. Have it, don't have it. And I'm sure someone's going to tell me the stock audio sucks. You're going to have to replace it anyway. You can never hear it. None of that works. It worked fine for me. Like I said, 80 miles an hour plus. A couple times I might have touched 100. But with a helmet on, heard the radio. It wasn't great, but I could hear it. Then you have your equalizer, which you have basic settings. I will say that, Indian does have a customizable multi-point equalizer. Pretty nice. Harley gives you the standard options that you'll see on most. Speaker setup and audio routing. You can have it go through your helmet or your headset instead of the radio if you want. Everything like that. Pretty standard, pretty straightforward. So, we also have device manager. This is where you connect all your Bluetooths, your pairs, everything like that is going to be here. You're going to be able to, once you attach a helmet or a headset for a helmet, you're going to assign it to passenger or rider so that it knows where to route that information. That way if you have a phone connected, you're the driver, it doesn't connect your phone to your passenger's helmet, everything like that. You can set all of that up there. Now, ride modes. Ride modes are huge. This is where Harley excels a little bit within the infotainment system. If you ask me, they have customizable ride modes. I have one set up here. I can go through. I kind of made like highway mode, I guess. Something that has all the power, but has a lot of the protective features for rider assist on the highway. So it asks you to cop from another mode. I'm not going to at this time. Engine map, you have your 3 options. I have this one set to sport mode so that I get all of the power and tuning that they put into sport mode. Engine braking, I took it up +1 because I want a little more aggression on my engine braking because people don't know how to drive, and when you're on the highway, someone's going to cut you off and you're going to have to react to that. Throttle response, I took it down 1. I don't want it to be as snappy. I'm on the highway. I'm cruising. I don't need myself to hit a bump and then... I don't want that. I took it down 1. Honestly, I might take it down 2. You know what? I'm going to take it down 2. Don't judge me. I do what I want. It's just an option. Traction control, I have it set to rain mode. I don't want to get loose or slippy on the highway, especially if I'm 2 up. I want to have the maximum amount of traction control added for a cruise on the highway long distance. It's just me. Anti-lock braking, same. Put it in rain mode. I want it to be safe, secure. I don't want to worry about it on the highway, especially if I'm 2 up doing long distance. And those are your customizable ride modes that Harley Davidson gets you. Like I said, Indian doesn't have that. Yeah, it is what it is. Both brands have little pluses, little minuses. There it is. I really enjoy that. I think that's a great option to have, and you can set it up and kind of play with it, and however you ride is what you get to play with. That's a really nice feature to have. Alright, your tuner's just your radio, your phone's your phone. Wi-Fi settings. You can connect your infotainment system to your home Wi-Fi. This will allow you to do over-the-network updates. And while I'm talking about that, we can go into systems. System is where you're going to check for your updates. Language, date, time, units, software update. Boom, there it is. It'll tell you, oh look, your software is up to date. You don't have to look for anything, but check back Wi-Fi periodically. Now your bike is connected to Wi-Fi, so it's going to know how to check out for those updates. So every time I leave the house, it connects, and I don't have to check very often. Sometimes it does it automatically. I never even notice it because it's connected. But that's how you check for the updates, and that's how you connect to the Wi-Fi to use the updates. Another big one is people talk about the yellow triangle with the exclamation. It's down here in the corner somewhere. It's one of the error codes, and what it means is the bike is having some sort of electronical short or issue where it's having trouble designating or find what that system could be. So if you do light upgrades, add fog lights, change your brake lights, change your front lights, anything like that, you may get that yellow triangle, and what that's telling you to do or asking you to do is to go to bike function setup. And bike function setup, this is where it'll give you the instructions on how to install the equipment, follow the steps, go through the setup menu, and in here it will assign that location to that electrical item, so it's no longer sensing it as a out of place circuit, and it will give it the proper utilization and function that you're looking for out of that accessory. So that one's the one that a lot of people don't know about. If you add stuff, electronics, anything like that, this is an important one to understand where it is, how to use it, and I haven't used it myself yet, but maybe sometime when I get something to add like fog lights, I'll do a tutorial on a full breakdown of how that system works, but the instructions are on the screen, so I'm thinking you could probably figure it out, and if not, there's probably better YouTubers than me that have done all this already. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try, though. I'll try. Your system info is just going to be what iteration, copyright information, but you can always also change your security pin here. If you don't know what your security pin is, you do not need your key fob to start, run, or put in aux mode your bike. That being said, if you go around without your key fob, make sure you flip the switch, put the code in before you sit on or stand up the bike. Otherwise, it goes into security mode, it starts blinking at you, and it's like, I'm not doing it. It will lock you out for, I think, a 2 to 5 minute reset where the bike can't have movement in order to start it back up. So you can do a security pin and have that so that you never need your key fob on you, or if your key fob dies, you have that option. But if you touch your bike, stand it up, move it before you get the bike turned on or into accessory mode, it will not start because it'll start flashing at you. Once the headlights or the turn signals start flashing, that's it, you're locked out for a couple of minutes. And a factory reset, so if someone else had the bike before you, you don't know the security pin, you can factory reset it, and you can go from there. It will also get rid of all the other settings like custom ride modes and accessories that were added to the bike, so you may have to do that over again. Units, not important, we know what they are. PSI, kilopascals, miles, kilometers, all of that. Those are the settings. I hope you find it helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, all those things. Share it with friends. I don't know. Save it for later. Download. I don't know what the options are. Have fun with it, right? I hope I could help you out a little bit. Maybe show you some features that you didn't know you had. Maybe you can set up and customize your bike to your liking a little bit easier now that this was put out for you. Yeah, that's all I got, man. There's a couple outtakes. Outtakes go in the back, maybe. Just splice those up and move them to the end, right? I don't know how long the video is going to be. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I got through the information. Now I'm just rambling to myself. This will be at the end with all the outtakes, obviously. It's mad at me. It's fucking mad at me. It won't. It's angry because the flashings and the anti-theft and... Oh, God. I have a key somewhere. I swear. Ridiculous. Bring this over here. Fucking need the key. It's sitting on a stand. It's not like it's fucking moving at all. My bad, Road Glide. Fucking give you your key so you'll be happy. Boom! It turned on this time, maybe. No, it's still telling me to fuck off. Well, see, now I fucking broke it. Turn on, dude. There we are. Okay, well, fucking hell. Alright. I think that's it. I think I went through everything. Device manager, display system, ride modes, tuner, Wi-Fi, help. Please help me. Help me, help me. So yeah, that was a neighbor, loud truck. Try not to. Yeah, we'll just skip it a little bit, I guess. No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, he's just gonna hang out in his truck for a little while. I don't even know if that's coming across the audio. I don't want to have to re-record later though, so there's that. There's that. We'll just wait. Yeah, taking a break right now because, you know, sound. Yeah, pretty much. I don't. It's okay. This is one of the longer ones. This will all just end up on the backside as, you know, outtakes. Look at me bitching about my neighbor who won't turn off his damn truck. This one's for YouTube. Long format. I'm doing that now, too. I'm a jack of many trades. What can I say? Good game last night. Yeah, it was actually. Happy about that. Go Texans. Celsius is a fake temperature. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Celsius, according to Waters. Like, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. It's either all hot or not hot. 0, really cold. 100, really hot. Fahrenheit. It's for peoples, not for water. I'm not water. I don't care what the temperature is doing to water, because I'm peoples.